Okay, so this is the detention docket for the 323rd District Court for Monday, December 7th, 2020. In compliance with the Texas Supreme Court Emergency Order number 29 related to coronavirus, we're not conducting in-person proceedings, but we are using an alternative. Specifically, we're using Zoom. But to comply with the Texas Open Courts Act, we are broadcasting these proceedings on YouTube for the public to observe public court proceedings. No portion of this detention hearing may be copied, broadcast, or published. Violations of this order are punishable by contempt of court of up to 6 months in the Tarrant County Jail and a $500 fine. I'd like to remind everyone this is a court proceeding, so we do expect everyone to behave appropriately as if they were in court. That means your cameras need to be on. You do not need to be in bed, laying down, or in a laboratory. Please keep all bright lights behind you out of the picture so we can still see your face. Any kind of moving objects like ceiling fans or moving backgrounds if you're in a car should not be part of this. And then, as well as I would say it, domesticated animals. Yep. So, all right. Now, if you're an officer of the court, I understand if you need to turn off the camera. Like Ms. Tillman, if you've got other things to do, I understand. Officers of the court obviously are excused from this periodically. So Sabrina Webster, please turn on your camera. Ms. Hawthorne, the blinking Christmas lights are a distraction. Please remove those from the screen. I'm sorry? Christmas lights, yeah. And Ms. Hawthorne, this is your second warning to remove the blinking Christmas lights from the screen. Ms. Webster, you need to remain still. I do not want a moving background. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with Hussein Amusawi. Is that you, Hussein?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm making a decision to keep you here. What do you see if I keep you here? You have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. And you have a right to an attorney. And we have appointed Mr. Graham as your attorney. Mr. Graham, are you here? Okay, so we're going to ask Mr. Lofton to step in for Mr. Graham.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do we have a parent here for Mr. Amusawi?
Yes, Your Honor. They're in the lobby, so they should be
there we are.
their way.
Okay. Whoever's there with the thank you.
There you go, Judge. Sorry. Right.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Amusawi, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention. See, I already went over that with you. All right, so you're 15 years old. You've never been here before. Police were dispatched to your home on Saturday. When they got there, they met with your mom and aunt. They heard a male voice in the background yelling. They met with you to calm you down. And then they found out that you had asked for money. When your mom said no, you got verbally, then physically aggressive, grabbed a knife, held it in front of them, threatened to cut them both. They feared for their safety. At one point, you grabbed a lighter and a bottle of lighter fluid and threatened to burn down the home. All right, well, parents, do y'all speak English, Mom?
My name is Claire Wally. I'm his aunt, and this is Mom. She speaks English, but not really good.
Okay, I understand. What language do y'all normally speak?
Kurdish and Arabic.
Arabic? Okay. So then, are you the victim in this case? Were you at the home when this happened?
No, sir, I wasn't there.
We're not. Okay. So is there any other place that I can release?
I wasn't there, but I can, if you want to release him to me, I can take him.
Okay. So I guess my question is, where did this come from with him pulling out a knife and threatening to burn down the home? I mean, does Hussein have all kinds of behavior problems we don't know about?
Hussein has depression. He has been seeing doctor and he's taken his medication. He is moody, but he's a pretty good, we've all been a teenager. He is a teenager and, but he never done this before, we were all surprised, because of what happened. But like I said, he does take depression. He does have depression and takes the depression medication too.
So he must want help.
Okay, he does take depression medicine?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I have one thing to add. When I read the report, I asked detention to go ahead and do a drug test, but I ran the report before the results were back, and he was negative on an 8-panel urine screening.
Okay. So then, Aunt, when's the last time you saw a doctor?
كي آخر دفعة دكتور دي.
كم قبل ما حفتي حفتة
3 weeks ago, sir.
بس
But he has therapy every week.
Loud out there.
What is he diagnosed with?
Should diagnose it again. Depression.
Just depression. Okay.
بس صادق الواسطة تقريبا.
دكتورة بدين ديت
لا صادق التغيير بس دكتورة تقريبا شوار موجود يعني.
He's been seeing the doctor for almost like 4 months right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Aunt, you're not worried about your safety if I release him to you?
Honestly, no. Not really, no, sir.
Where's his father?
Dad, he's in Iraq.
He's in Iraq, all right.
Yeah.
And do you live alone? Or are you married?
I'm a single mom, sir.
You're a single mom, all right. How old are the children in your home?
I have a 14-year-old, sir.
Okay. And you're not worried about his safety after this?
No, sir. I mean, if you cannot release him to mom, I can get him.
Well,
but,
I'm not going to put him back in the home where he just pulled a knife out.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a reasonable alternative.
Yes, sir.
But you were telling me you're not worried about the safety of you or your son.
I can I can put my son over and my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we are a pretty big family. We 4 brothers and 5 sisters, mom, and we all have our own places. Yes, sir.
That's fine. Does he have a history of running away?
The history no run away.
مرة طلع برا بس هو يرجع ورا الساعة ساعتين يجري.
She said he went out once, but after an hour or 2 hours, he came home. So
When's the last time that happened?
آخر مرة كي بيجته. Like 3 months ago, sir.
Okay. How many times has this happened?
كم مرة صار هذا الشيء؟ Twice.
When was the time before then?
قبل ذاك كيبي قبل سنة قبل يعني كلف أكيبي.
كم دفعة يمكن سمر بيمكن.
Summer, she says, so she doesn't know exactly the time between the first time that it happened and the second time that it happened. Sir.
What about school? How's he going to go to school?
He's online school, sir. They do Zoom.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go and release him to you, Aunt. I'm going to trust you to make your best decision for you and your son. All right. But if he's a behavior problem there, then just let us know. We'll bring him back here. Okay.
So God bless. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Ms. Hawthorne, I'm going to ask you, keep the bright light away from the back of you because we can't see you because of that. All right. This is your last one. Well, your window's still light. I don't think you understand how this works. All right. So, Estras Altamirano, Mr. Marquez, are you here?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Marquez is not here? All right. I'm assuming he's level 1-0. Alan Baza-Vilvazo.
Judge, yes, be advised, Mr. Altamirano is level 1-0.
Okay, thank you. All right, Alan, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, deciding whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney, Mr. Green, is here. All right, so you're level 1 outstanding. This is stemming from an aggravated, so let's see. So, Ms. Aguirre, is he currently on supervision then? Or his
No.
probation expired?
It's expired, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so this is police responder shooting call on the victim shot twice in the chest. Victim said he confronted you a couple times over the last couple weeks for playing music. Oh, that's right. This is neighbors, and then he came back and you had a gun and you shot him. So, Alan, I'm not comfortable releasing the community. Kids that have a gun and use the gun are the ones that give me the most concern. So I'm going to go ahead and keep you detained. I thank you that you're level 1. That's something that your attorney thanks you as well, because that's a factor in your case and how your case is resolved. Thank you, Alan. Haley Carlock.
I got a question.
I'm sorry?
I got a question. Well, it's a statement.
Okay. Now, I don't want to hear a statement. Your attorney doesn't want you to tell me a statement.
No, sir.
It's a question, but
Question. I don't mind answering the question for you. Yes, sir.
what's the chances of most likely getting on EM next time?
It depends on all kinds of factors, but what I have to consider is whether you're likely to run from court or appear in court, and if you're a danger to the community, the others. When people shoot other people, that is a point where it's just, I mean, it takes a lot to convince me that it's safe to release you back in the community. All right, this is a really big deal, Alan. You may not think it's a big deal. It's a really big deal.
My charge is pending though.
Yes, exactly. Your charges are pending, and my concern is whether it is safe to release you to the community or not while you have pending charges. This is not like an adult system where you're entitled to bond. This is one of those, I'm making a decision whether it's safe to release a kid that's accused of shooting somebody twice in the chest or not. You may not think this is a big deal. It's a really big deal. This is really serious.
I'm asking you.
I'm sorry?
But I know it's a big deal. I'm just asking you.
Your Honor, I filed my trial motions and we'll be ready to go when the jury trials could begin again.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Green. Kaylee Carlock. What do you say?
I couldn't hear him.
Who is in detention? Who's the security control officer with Alan? Who's the security control officer that was with Alan?
Yes, sir, I'm right here.
What did he say when he was standing up?
Sir, he said, man, this is bullshit.
That's what I thought he said. All right, let's make a note of that. And give me his file back again. Okay. Just put a note there, don't release without district judge approval. All right. All right, thank you. The good thing for you, Mr. Green, is nothing he says can be used against him in a trial.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
I mean, if there's a silver lining to all this, I guess that's it. All right. Kaylee Carlock. Ms. Carlock, are you here? Ms. Carlock, I'm Judge Kim. This is an attorney requested detention hearing. I'm deciding whether to release you or keep you here. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Herrick is here as your attorney. All right, so Ms. Herrick, for what purpose did you request this?
Yes, Your Honor. She had a detention hearing last Tuesday, and you told her then that if she stayed on level 1 for 3 consecutive days, you would release her. She has been on level 1 since December 3rd, so today I think is actually her 5th consecutive day on level 1. And yes, that should be released.
Okay, do we have a parent here?
Yes, Mom is on Zoom.
Yes.
Mom, are you? Oh, hello, Ms. Gonzalez.
Her third day ended up being the weekend. So I
I'm sorry.
had plans to release her today.
Okay. Ms. Gonzalez, you've been talking to your daughter?
Yes, sir.
You see a change?
Yes, I feel like she is changing.
What
Okay.
we call it down here. But then
So,
I knew that, but then he figured he was on the one.
all right, so Kaylee, I remember this one. So do you remember when I told you last time we saw each other that if I was to release you, it's gonna be some conditions, like your mom has to have alarms on the door and the window, right?
Yes, sir.
and that you can't use your school-issued laptop or any kind of device that's not in plain view for everyone else to see. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to accept those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, Mom, do you have the devices for the alarms?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're already installed?
Yes, I have an alarm on the house. We got the code and everything, so we'll.
Oh, you froze up on me. Okay, well, I think it's good enough. All right, Ms. Paxton, I'm going to go sign the release order. Do we? Let's think. Do you recommend an EM, Ms. Paxton?
With the alarms on the doors, I don't know if we need both.
That's what I'm asking you. What do you think? I just want your recommendation.
I would say no.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to go and release her to you, Mom. Let us know if she has some problems. If she's giving you an attitude, let us know. I'm happy to bring her back. Okay? Oh, she's frozen. All right. Thank you, Kate. Hey, Katie, you understand? If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're coming back here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Damien
Thank you,
Elliott.
Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Herrick. All right, Mr. Elliott, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days. I'm reviewing your case, deciding to release you or keep you here. If I keep you here, you see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney. So you have history out of Dallas, runaway, failed to ID. You've got current charges in Dallas, burglary of a motor vehicle, burglary of a building, criminal trespass with a pending court date. I think this is the one, Ms. Rodriguez, Dallas is waiting for us to decide what to do, right?
We're actually, Frank was going to see if he could work something out with the DA, but the family plans on moving back to Dallas.
Okay. All right. Well, Damien, here's the thing. You're here. You got pending cases. You're level 2. If you're not level 1, I'm not letting you go because you're not going to follow the rules at home. All right. So I'm going to detain you. Thank you.
Judge Kim.
Taylor Jeter.
Judge Kim.
Yes.
Real quick on Damien Elliott.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm not asking that he be released, but he has 2 doctor's appointments in the next 2 days. The only thing I would ask, if you would permit, is to let his mom take them instead of JPD.
Okay. Doctor for what?
He doesn't have to go in shackles. He can just go with the EM if you permit.
Doctor for what?
He's got I think he has a psychiatric appointment.
Hold on a second. Damien, you need to sit up. This is court. All right? And Damien, if you're going to sit here and cry over this, you're the one that's causing yourself to be level 2. Either you behave and you get out of here, or you misbehave and you stay here. It's really up to you. All right, Mr. Adler. So psychiatric and what else?
I'm sorry, Judge. And then I think he has, I had it written down. I'm sorry. On Wednesday, I think he has
An inhaler and a nebulizer that he needs to
he has
get.
asthma.
Okay. And they're on what day? Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yes,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Okay, Mom, what time are the appointments?
His psychiatric appointment is at 9:30 tomorrow, and then his doctor's appointment is at 8:30 Wednesday.
Yeah, what cities are the appointments in?
They're both in Dallas.
Okay, Mom, I'm gonna go ahead and release them to you on electron monitor now. You need to bring them back on Wednesday by 2:00 p.m., okay?
Okay.
That's for you to take him to a doctor. I need to make you aware that if he runs off in your custody, we will issue a warrant for you, and you will stay in custody until he can be found. Are you willing to accept this responsibility?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. So he has to be back by 1400 hours on Wednesday afternoon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Adler. Taylor Jeter.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Ms. Jeter. Come on, we got a lot of people today, detention. Thank you. Ms. Jeter, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, decide whether to keep you here, release you. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge 10 days later. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is Trent Lofton. All right,
Morning.
So, Judge, good morning, Trent. So, the reporter issued a warrant for you because you missed an appointment. You're brought over here. You're skipping virtual meetings with your detention officer, not going to court order counseling, and mom did not appear either. Where's that noise coming from? Okay, and this is when the mom says she's not showing up to court, right?
That's correct, Your Honor, but I believe she did show up there today.
Okay, so mom, why'd you tell us that you don't care, you're not gonna show up to court?
Because I am tired of dealing with Taylor Jeter, to be honest.
That, mom, I need to let you know that is your responsibility, okay, as a parent. Whether you're tired of it or not, there are many times I'm a parent, as a parent, that I'm tired of dealing with my kid, but that doesn't change my responsibility.
And I
If
understand that.
you fail to show up at court when you're ordered to, we can issue a warrant for your arrest.
A warrant for what?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I'm saying if you fail to show up to court when you're supposed to, we can issue a warrant for your arrest for not being here.
Issue a warrant for my arrest for not coming to court, but you won't issue a warrant for this kid's arrest for running away? I mean, seriously?
So, ma'am, there is no warrant for running away. And yes, I am serious. Your child is here, but the law says when a parent is instructed to bring a child back to our facility, they must bring them back and they must appear in court. That is the law, right? Runaways are not warrants. They're runaway reports that are filed through the police department, not through the courts. All right, so at this point, Taylor, you have shown that if I release you back to your mother, that you're not going to follow the rules. And frankly, I don't think your mother provides you very good supervision. So I'm going to go and detain you. We have Aiden Hagel.
Thank you, Judge.
That's it for that.
Mr. Hagel, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day detention hearing. I'm deciding whether to release you or keep you here. If I keep you here, you see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Schumann is your attorney. How are you, Harmony? She was here. Harmony, are you? Okay, well, Mr. Lofton, I'm gonna ask you to step in. All right, so Aiden, you were unsuccessfully discharged from Lake Granbury. You are level 2, so you know I'm not gonna release you. And why am I thinking, Ms. Burrell, why is Aiden, like, why am I thinking about him lately?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what.
What did he do recently?
He was unsuccessfully discharged from placement, and he's been in detention since that time.
Yeah, no, I feel like he did something either back there in detention or something happened.
Well, he's gotten into a verbal altercation and a physical altercation. I think you did his initial detention hearing when he was kicked out of placement.
Okay. All right. Well, Aiden, you're not level 1-0, so I'm not even considering releasing you. Thank you. Jeremy Hauser. Harmony didn't appear. I mean, she's logged in, but she didn't appear. All right. So, Mr. Hauser. Judge Kim, this is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you see.
He's on his way. He's on his way.
So why isn't he ready?
He was ready. I'm trying to get out. The other staff's trying to get him out of his room. 1 second. Let me go check on it.
Wait, how do you say he was ready and they're trying to get him out of his room? Okay, we'll skip him. We'll go to the next one. Get him ready. Keandre Henderson. Where's Keandre Henderson? Mr. Anderson, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Law says you've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, the law says you see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent, you have a right to an attorney. We issued a warrant. There was a DTA issue because you ran away. And
Judge, we have court on Thursday.
okay. Yeah, Kendrick, I'm glad you're level 1-0. Here's the problem is that you ran away before. So I'm just worried if I let you go now, you're not going to show up for court. Fortunately, court is just this week. All right. Do we have a parent here?
Yes, Nikita Henderson.
Oh, there we are. Okay. So, Kendrick, this is just kind of a consequence of your decision. You have to remember that even though something's happened in the past, they can still come back and get you later on. So we'll see you in court on Thursday, and then hopefully your case gets resolved then. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Judge.
So are we ready for Jeremy Hauser now? Nope.
He's here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hauser, I'm Judge Kim. Jeremy, why weren't you coming out of your room?
What'd you say?
Why weren't you coming out of your room?
Oh, because they had just told me to get dressed and stuff. Like they literally just told me to get all my stuff on, and I didn't know what was going on.
Okay. Well, let me get to the bottom of that.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would like to request that we move this to the end of the docket. Jeremy's caseworker, Jamar Gorman, is not here yet.
Caseworker for what?
For Jeremy, for the permanency specialist.
Okay. Can I ask who you are?
I'm his mother.
You're his mother. So what's the status then right now? Is he in conservatorship of the department?
We have joint managing conservatorship.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, they know what time it is. They can show up on time if they need to. All right. But y'all are here. We're not resolving anything final. This is just a detention hearing on deciding whether to keep him here or to release him. So, Jeremy, you do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Let's see. So you are a biological mother or foster mother?
No, I'm biological mother.
Biological.
So on December 1st, OCOK said that you were run away from your foster home. They told you to return back for a new placement. Then we got another call from OCOK saying you ran away again and you missed out on your placement opportunity. Only a couple hours later. So you're supposed to go to emergency shelter. They said that you ran away again.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the drug test? Did he not give us a sample?
They never asked for one.
All right, so who's here from detention? All right, Mr. Miller, why are we not getting a sample from him on a return trip? Mr. Miller?
Your Honor, they were supposed to drug test him when they brought him in.
And did they request a sample? Did the note show they requested a sample?
I did not see one.
Okay. Well,
Your Honor, there is a note in there that says unable to provide sample. So that's as much information I can give you.
all right, well, then Jeremy, if you're refusing to give a sample, I'm kind of assuming that you're positive for everything.
No, Judge Kim, Your Honor, they never asked me for a sample, but I will tell you that I will be dirty for THC, and that is it.
Okay. So this deal, if you don't get a sample from him, then what I want to do is I want to do a hair follicle test and he'll remain in custody until the results of the test come back. All right. And so I will make a decision, and I'll probably
do your analysis real quick.
Yeah, hair analysis, hair sample. It's too long. It's been too long for your analysis, so I'm not going to trust that anymore. So it takes about 2 weeks. So we're gonna go ahead and get a hair sample and then submit that to a lab for testing. It takes about 2 weeks to get the results back. So you'll sit here until we get the results back.
Your Honor.
Yes.
May I please just say something? So I don't feel like I should be at fault for that. They didn't ask me. They never asked me to do a urinalysis, never asked me to do a urine sample, any of that. All they did was ask me if I would come dirty. And yes, I would come dirty for THC.
They are telling me that they did ask and you didn't get a sample. So whoever did the intake, they're the ones saying that. And so that's what I'm going off of.
Did they say that I refused to do it, or did they say they were unable to do it?
They're unable to get a sample. And what my standing order says is that they have to get, if a kid comes back to Kimbo a second time, they're supposed to take a urine sample on entry. And so if they didn't get the sample, then I'm just going to get a hair follicle test. So this is just the consequence of you running away, right? You just think, I mean, that's the thing. You run away and you know things are going to happen. It's not good. So you made that decision. Now there's a consequence of that decision.
Judge, Your Honor, okay, I'm not even going to try to explain myself or anything, because this is just, it's getting old for me too. I'm tired of people telling me that, oh, you're going to live here, you're going to live here, you're going to live here, and it just doesn't happen. And then y'all expect me to just be okay with it and just be able to speak my feelings and stuff. I'm not even trying to blame anything. It's my fault for running away.
Who's y'all?
No, CPS.
I'm not CPS.
I want to live. I know, but they just keep telling me I'm going to live with people, and they expect me to be okay with it whenever they say that I'm not going to live with them anymore.
But that's them. That's not y'all. You just said y'all expect me to.
Okay, I'm sorry. CPS.
Okay.
CPS keeps telling me that I'm going to live places, and they say, "Oh, never mind. You're not going to live there anymore." Right. And they just expect me to be okay with that.
And this is an issue that you need to talk to your attorney ad litem about and help you resolve that for the judge in your court. This is strictly a juvenile matter. Right now, I'm here on the juvenile issue, and on the juvenile issue, you don't get that drug sample, that gives me concern. And part of this process is the fact that when you're running away, you understand there's consequences. You knew that good things aren't going to happen by running away. And you probably didn't expect this to happen.
Can I do a urine sample, please?
No, because it's too late for that. Urine samples are only good for a certain amount of
custody
time.
2 days ago.
Yes, and if you used cocaine 3 days ago.
I don't use cocaine. I told you what I was going to come dirty for. I was going to come dirty for THC. I've never done anything else in my life. Drug test me every time I came here.
And we'll find out.
Anything besides THC.
And we'll find out. That's the thing is I don't know if you have or haven't. All right. So this is a consequence. Good decisions come from experience. Experience comes from bad decisions. You made a couple of really bad decisions.
A couple. All I did was run away.
And that's a bad decision. You're not supposed to run away.
This isn't fair though. How is that my fault for them not asking me to do a urine sample?
How is it your fault that you ran away?
How is that my fault?
Stop. You know what? Stop making yourself the victim. You're not the victim. Don't sit down.
Don't walk away. Sit down.
I'm not making myself a victim. They never asked me to do a urine sample. How am I making myself a victim? They never asked me.
So now it's just making it even harder for me to release you, even if your hair follicle test comes back clean. Because it tells me if you're going to walk out on me, then you're going to walk out of a placement too.
I haven't even been on my medication for so long, and they're expecting me just to be okay with everything. They're just expecting me to be all right.
Stop making yourself a victim.
Since I've been here.
Why are you victimizing yourself? Every opportunity you have.
I'm not victim. Okay, if you want me to take responsibility for everything I've done, I ran away. Okay, you're right. I did smoke weed. You're right. I did smoke THC. That's all I did, though. I never did anything else.
You just stood up here and walk out on me.
For them not asking me to do a drug test, and then I get held for that. That is not my fault.
You're walking out on me. Look, it all sounds
I did walk out.
If you didn't run away, then you wouldn't even be here in the first place. You were trying to find somebody else to blame for every one of your perceived misfortunes. What you're forgetting is it's your own bad decisions that put you in these situations. One day you'll wake up and realize you're not the victim. Don't be a victim. Own it. Say, I screwed up. I made a mistake.
Yeah, I did mess up. All right. But that.
So this is the consequence. But you're not.
Okay, but this. All right, yes, sir.
What did you say?
I say yes, sir.
So, yeah, just realize there's certain consequence things. You own up to it, you man up, and then get it past you. All right. So we'll wait for the drug test, and then and Mr. Miller, just let me know what the drug test is. I'll make a decision after that. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Destiny LaKenny. Destiny, are you here? Destiny. Is that you, Destiny?
I'm here.
Okay, Destiny, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case, decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Hamrick is your attorney. Ms. Hamrick, are you here?
Your Honor, I believe I'm Ms. Lokenny's attorney.
You're absolutely right, Ms. Cameron. Ms. Craven, I'm sorry. I went out of order on that last one.
Oh.
Okay. All right, it's good to see you. All right, Destiny. So you're brought in for injury to child. Oh, this is, well, the elderly lady walking behind you where you hit her, she fell down. Okay, she's level 1 outstanding. Do we have a parent here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Blair?
Yes, sir.
So the victim's difficulty speaking, is that a result of the head injury or is that something was before?
I believe both. On the police report, I think with her pushing him down, I believe it made it worse.
Okay. Yeah, and now his health has actually taken a downturn since he's released from the hospital.
Yes.
Destiny, I'm just gonna let you know, if this person dies because of the head injury, you're looking at a manslaughter charge, okay? So just so you know that this could get worse. I don't know if you believe in prayer, but it may be the appropriate time to pray for this person. All right. Ms. Blair, do we know, was it a neighbor or was it just a stranger situation?
I believe the victim lived around their neighborhood. It wasn't like they didn't know the victim or anything.
All right, Destiny, you're behaving in here now. You have been, you've been level 1-0 since December 1st. All right, so I appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and release you on electronic monitor. But Mom, you have to understand, my release here, she needs to enroll in at-home school online. She is not allowed to leave the house because here's the thing, I don't like the people she's hanging out with. I know there were some other kids here. So she has very strict rules. This is unless it's medical or church or religious activity, she can't leave the home. She's stuck there.
Yes.
Okay, Mom?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so you have to understand, I'm serious about this one. I do not want her hanging out with these girls that got her here in the first place. Do you have any questions for me, Mom?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Destiny, do you have any questions for me?
Oh,
Okay, you're not gonna mess with me, right?
no.
You just stay at home, okay?
Yes, that's
And
all
you
right.
need to no contact. No contact means no online, social media, Instagram, none of that with any of the girls that you were arrested with, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Amanda Modisette. Amanda Modisette. Okay, last time, Amanda Modisette.
She's coming, Judge.
Okay. Amanda, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge 10 days later. Violet Nicoy is your attorney. I don't think she's here, so Mr. Lofton is stepping in.
Good morning.
Brought in November for assault, bodily injury, at a group home. They gave you medication. You threw the medication cup off the balcony, and you kicked the worker. So I thought I had ordered CPS to pick up this child. No? Is anybody from the department here?
No.
Sir. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Didn't I order y'all to pick up this child before?
No, sir, I wasn't aware of that.
All right. Well, she's level 1-0. She has been. So it seems like her behavior is getting better. Y'all have a place for her to go right now?
Yes, sir, she can return to her placement that she left from.
Okay. All right, so Amanda, I'm gonna go ahead and release you back to the department. They're gonna take you back to the same placement. You have to understand that you are level 1O. That tells me you know how to behave. So I'm expecting you to behave at the placement. If you don't, then you're gonna end up back here. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And I know as bad as you don't like the placement, you still prefer it to be at the placement than here, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, you paused. Would you rather be at Kimbo or your placement?
Yeah. No. I'd rather
Okay.
be at the placement.
Okay, I thought so. So you understand how you can come back here is you need to be a level 1O at the placement. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hopefully I won't see you again. Thank you, Amanda.
Question, Your Honor.
Yes.
This is Cynthia Smith, her placement. Is she able to be released to the placement, or does OCOK or the CPS needs to?
Or the what?
Does CPS or OCOK need to pick her up, or can the placement pick her up?
Well, the department, if you want to make the placement as an agent to come pick her up, and that's fine. Either one.
Okay.
I want to give her a chance. She's here. Hopefully she learned her lesson, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hopefully she learned her lesson, Amanda, and so we can take the skills that she learned here, and hopefully they translate back at placement. Okay, so however she gets there, it doesn't bother me. All right, thank you. Katarina Neal.
You're coming in, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Ms. Neal, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you have to see me every 10 days. Ray Hall is your attorney, and you have the right to remain silent. All right, so she was, I guess, on probation. She was a couple days before probation expires, and referred for a man laying in the street bleeding. Oh, this is the one where we just released the girl, right?
Yes, Judge.
So she's 17 years old. Level 1O for about 8 days now. All right, do we have a parent here? Okay, you're Katarina's parents. Are you mom and dad?
Yes.
Okay. Well, have you been able to talk to Katarina while she's been here?
Yeah, she calls, like everything.
What have you noticed different about her?
Attitude has changed. I think she understands the severity of her actions.
Right.
Even before this happened, she was doing a lot better. She started working. She was doing better in school. And she just got mixed up in the wrong crowd.
Right. Wrong crowd.
Right.
I think we all agree with that one, right?
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to do, Katarina, it's a question for you. I'm going to release you on electronic monitor to go back home, but that is on the condition that you're not to leave the house until I change my mind. That means you can only leave the house to go to the doctor or to church or synagogue or whatever, all right? Otherwise, you need to enroll in online school and stay at home. You cannot go outside. You cannot be on social media. You cannot contact any of the girls that you're accused of being in an incident with about the old man. You understand?
Sure.
So would you rather stay here or would you rather go home on the conditions that I set up?
I would rather go home.
Okay, but you understand, I'll bring you back here if you violate that EM, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we'll give you a chance. Thank you, Katarina.
Oh,
Louis Parker.
Thanks, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Her job was waiting on her to come back. I wondered, will it be a possibility for her to go back to work?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this, Mom, Dad, do you need her income for your?
No.
Okay, then no, not at this point. Katarina, you kind of lost that privilege.
Hi, Felicia. This is Andrea Lucia calling with Harris County. We should be arriving around 1 o'clock.
Okay, Ms. Guerrero, can you put
We
yourself
have
on?
our resident, Kiana.
I like Felicia so much. Okay, all right. So, okay, so Katarina, you kind of gave up that privilege by being caught up in all this. And so at this point, the answer is no. We're gonna wait about 30 days and then I'll make a decision, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Louis Parker.
Honor.
All right, Mr. Parker.
Yes,
You're
sir.
back.
Yes, sir.
Detention hearing, so you guys see me within 2 days. Decide whether to hold you or release you. How was the time with your dad?
It was great.
Great. Okay. How about time with your mom?
Sure.
Your Honor, I was having car trouble and I didn't get a chance to pick him up, and it kind of upsetted me. And due to the COVID-19, I didn't trust the Uber drivers or the Lyft drivers, so it was hard for me to get him yesterday. So I didn't get a chance to get him.
All right. So Parker, for Lewis, I'm gonna feel bad for your mom having lost that opportunity with her car problems. So we'll make it up next Sunday. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So this coming Sunday, as long as you're level 1-0, which I know you will be, then we will make that time up and get you your, I think I have 4 hours for mom. Is that right?
11 a.m. to 6 p.m. is what?
11 to 6. Okay, I extended it out. And we give him a UA when he came back, Ms. Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was clean, right?
Yes.
Okay. And where are we on the fitness restoration?
I am actually waiting on a response from Dr. Foreigner. I emailed her. He is coming up on the 90 days.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. So, Lewis, I'm going to go ahead and detain you now, but this Saturday I will give you that timeout with your mom. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sunday. I'm sorry, it'll be this Sunday. It'll be the same set number of hours. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Terrence Tucker. All right, Mr. Tucker, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to remain silent. Okay, this is stolen car, Rosedale. Driver got out, began to run. And this is his 1, 2, 3. This is his 3rd stolen car and 2nd evading arrest. Okay, Terrence. Kind of getting checked out on you. It's like every time you come here, you're not learning a lesson. So I'm just not confident that if I let you go, you're not going to steal another car or run from the police again. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you. All right, thank you, Terrence. Rick, you promise?
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Youngblood.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Promise?
Sir.
All right, Mr. Promise, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing, deciding whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you, you'll see a judge in 10 days. Your attorney, Ms. Tillman's here, and you do have a right to remain silent. Mr. Promise, you're level 1 outstanding. You're currently on supervision for, okay. Let's see. You're on probation for felony. In November, police were dispatched for robbery. The vehicle was missing, so they called OnStar, located the vehicle. There's a chase. And while evading, they threw a AK out the window. And there's a felony stop. You were her stepson. Okay. So Ricky, you're on probation for a serious felony offense. You know how I feel about kids and guns. And so I'm just concerned if I release you back in the community that you're a danger to yourself to others. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Let's see. Lead us where we're going to do in person. Jekiah Smith.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you, sir. Jekiah Smith. Where's Smith?
Right here, sir.
Okay. Mr. Smith, this is a 10-day hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you here or to release you. If I keep you, you have to see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Adniji is your attorney. You are level 2, so you're not level 1-0, so I'm going to go ahead and detain you. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Juan Soto.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Adniji. Sometimes it's pretty simple.
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Good morning, Your Honor.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, well, you gave me a very quick decision. All right, Mr. Soto, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, law says you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We have appointed Mr. Adler as your attorney. All right, Juan, you're 15 years old. You turned yourself in on December 5th because I issued a warrant for you on November 3rd. So you had a theft of firearm case. From July. You got picked up for another theft of firearm case in August. And then now you're skipping court or you're on the run. And you're smoking weed while you're on probation and cut off your EM. So Juan, I'm glad you turned yourself in, but at this point, you're on the run for a month while smoking weed on probation and cutting off your EM. So I'm just concerned if I release you, you'll just smoke more weed and cut off your EM again. So I'm going to go ahead and detain you for now. Thank you, Mr. Soto.
Your Honor, be dismissed.
Thank you, Mr. Reyes.
Have a good day, Your
Dígalo al señor Reyes, ¿no? En juez ley.
Okay. DeQuaylen Spencer. All right, Mr. Spencer, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Law says when a kid's brought in, you have to see a judge within 2 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. So you were all right. Arlington PD brought you in, saying on the 8th of November, they're dispatched. You had a warrant for ag assault out of Fort Worth. When they got there, you had some weed in your pocket. According to the warrant, back in May, there's a shooting. They found the victim in the parking lot. He shot in the leg, which caused a tear in his femoral artery. He had to have his leg amputated. The victim said he was drunk when he went to the apartments with friends. Not sure really what happened, but witnesses were there and they were arguing with the victim, trying to fight him. The young black male got out, approached with an AK. Then he shot one time into the ground and then shot the victim in the leg. And witness identified the shooter as Q. And yeah. All right, so we have a kid with a gun with a shooting. And then now, as soon as you get here, it turns out that you're starting fights with other kids in our detention facility. Do we have a parent here?
No, ma'am, or no, sir, I'm sorry. She had an appointment, so she couldn't.
Okay. Yeah, so DeQuaylen, I'm going to warn you that you are approaching 17 years old. And if you keep this behavior up when you're 17, I'm just going to house you downtown in the adult jail. All right. So, but I'm not letting you out, not under these circumstances. All right. So next we have Davion Stevenson. All right, Mr. Stevenson, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you here or hold you for another 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney, who is Mr. Graham, who I don't think is here. So Mr. Lofton is going to substitute in.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you are level 1 outstanding right now. You were, see, there's a charge of aggravated robbery, Sycamore Point. It said 2 black males wearing dark clothes approached them, brandished a handgun, took their car. Vehicle was spotted by real time. And surveillance cameras showed Davion taking the driver's seat. Davion had a backpack. They stopped the car. So in the backpack, they found a BB gun made to look like a real gun and a magazine to a real gun. So and you're on probation for assault on public servant and stealing a car. You have an adjudication disposition hearing set in 10 days. Davion, tell you what, I'm just not happy with kids with guns, stolen cars, all that. So I'm just concerned if I release you that you're going to end up shooting somebody or getting shot yourself. So I'm going to go and detain you, but you'll have court next week. So we'll see you then.
Sir.
So Vonquez Thomas.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Thomas, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. I'm deciding whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And Ms. Mills is your attorney. Hello, Ms. Mills.
Sorry. Hello. How are you?
Okay, so Vonquez, you're on probation for unlawfully carrying a weapon, possession of weed, and then now, let's see.
Judge.
Placed on probation for 1 year. You were in TCAP. November, you submit to half of the substance abuse assessment. You showed up late and say you didn't need the drug treatment. And you were only there because the probation officer made him do it. So here's the thing. It's like, it's not the probation officer making you do it. It's me making you do it. It's the judge making you do it. Where did the evading come from, Ms. Campos?
The circumstances surrounding the evading arrest is that Arlington PD were called to a shooting in progress call. When they arrived at 2210 Elmwood, apartment number 514, there were 2 black males and a Hispanic male that were there and fled toward the pool area of the apartment complex. And that's where the kids were detained. One thing I wanted to make mention is that one of the persons that Vonquez was with during this offense is Tyrone Hall. He was ordered by Judge Terry not to associate with Tyrone Hall when he was placed on probation on August the 31st. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention, and he's currently on probation for unlawful carrying of a weapon, which happened to have been a firearm.
Mm-hmm. And we give him a drug testing is positive.
Yes, and I did talk with the campus, considering what happened with his drug assessment. They're willing to put him in inpatient, but they want for him to be in detention for 14 days.
Yeah, I'm not giving you inpatient for weed. The problem isn't the weed. The problem is Vonquez is running around people that are on probation, refusing to do the conditions that I ordered Ms. Campos for you for him to comply with, and that he's smoking pot. And so he's basically done everything wrong. Let's start a placement search for something behavioral. That's the problem. I mean, I don't think the campus is going to do anything for him at this point, because all he's going to do is hang out with other kids that he's ordered not to hang out with if we send him to campus. So, I mean, I'm more open to a placement search to remove him from the community short term. But I think that's all we can do. All right. All right, so Vonquez, you make mistake after mistake, but eventually everyone gets tired of your mistakes. So I'm going to go and detain you, and we're going to start a placement search, decide if there's a facility that's better, more appropriate for you to go to help you with just your bad decisions. Thank you. Yontari Young.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Mr. Young, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. Deciding if I want to keep you here, release you. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge in 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And Mr. Pearson, I believe, is here.
Present, Your Honor.
All right, so we released you, but we're taking regular urine samples to watch your levels go down, but then they spiked up. And so you are on probation for aggravated robbery. So, man, every time we give you, okay. So you're on a 5-year determined sentence probation. We're set December 10th at 9:30 in the morning for to find out whether you, or make a decision whether you violate your probation or not. All right, Mr. Young, so I'm gonna go ahead and detain you, and we will see you on, what is it, the 10th? We'll see you on, I guess, Wednesday. Yes, sir, you have a question for me?
No, I don't got no question.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, at this point, under section 5408 of the Texas Family Code, court proceedings are presumed to be open to the public unless there's good cause finding that they should not be. However, when a child is under 14 years old, there is a presumption that the court proceedings should be closed to the public unless the court finds good cause to open the proceedings. The remainder of our children today are under 14 years old, so I'm going to discontinue the YouTube broadcast of this proceeding.
From the respondent, Your
We
Honor.
were publicly broadcasting. So if everyone can wait 20 seconds for the tape delay to stop.